Hey guys, what is up? This is Mr. A. Crizzy here, and in tonight's movie review, I'm going to be doing a new movie review on the new MCU movie, which I actually just got back from seeing as a Thursday preview screening. And also, this movie comes out tomorrow, but of course, lucky for me, I got to see this movie as a Thursday preview screening, so this review is going to be on Thunderbolts. This is my ticket to the movie Thunderbolts. So, Thunderbolts is the new movie in the MCU and stars Florence Pugh, Louis Pullman, David Harbour, Wyatt Russell, Sebastian Stan, and Julie Louis-Dreyfus, like we saw her in the trailers. So, yeah. So in this movie, we follow a team of anti-heroes, and throughout this movie in the MCU, we follow these like anti-heroes. And we got like Bucky Barnes, Red Guardian, Ghost, Taskmaster, and John Walker and Yelena, and yeah, and so all together they all embark on a dangerous mission that forces them to confront the darkest corners of their past. And of course, all together, the Thunderbolts team, they have to face this dangerous mission that has something to do with their past, their past history and all that. But yeah, so if I go into further details on the plot, then I really don't want to give anything away I really don't want to give anything away because this movie comes out tomorrow, and yeah, I can't really spoil anything. So that's pretty much all you need to know about the story of Thunderbolts. So, like, when I first saw trailers to this movie, it did look kind of cool from the trailer a little bit. Even though the previous MCU movie, Captain America: Brave New World, even though I thought Captain America: Brave New World was pretty good in my opinion, it still received like mixed reviews from critics, and some people didn't really like it all that much. But then I've also been hearing Thunderbolts has actually been getting really good reviews. And some reviewers have claimed this to be like the best MCU movie in years, like the best MCU movie of all time. I mean, most people have heard that so many times, and in recent years, the MCU has not made a great movie by today's standards. I mean, even though I thought Captain America: Brave New World I thought was pretty good, it's honestly not that bad, and I really love Deadpool and Wolverine as well. But after seeing Thunderbolts, I gotta say, this is actually a surprisingly awesome movie. Like, this movie actually really surprised me. Yeah, I thought this movie was actually surprisingly awesome for an MCU movie. And of course, it also kind of, technically, it brings you back to those MCU storylines, and that this movie, basically sets up events to, like, future films, which, more future films that are on their way. But like I said, I can't spoil anything because I'm already reviewing this movie on a Thursday. So, yeah. But all I can say is the action sequences I thought were pretty cool. I mean, the action sequences were there for the most part for an MCU movie. And I actually went and saw this movie at not only at the Cinemark Arundel Mills Theater, but I also saw this movie in an auditorium where they have these movable seats known as D-Box. If you don't know what D-Box is actually these types of recliner seats in movie theater auditoriums where they actually jiggle around and also vibrate in most scenes during the action and fight sequences, including gunshot sounds and explosions and all that. Yeah, it's kind of almost like one of those amusement park attractions at Disney or Universal. And yeah, and like I said, I thought the action sequences and the fight scenes and the sound on the gunshots and explosions, I thought I'm always in the mood to those types of visual effects in movies here. And they were there for the most part for an MCU movie, and it's basically what you expect. And oh yeah, and I actually did see this one trailer for Thunderbolts where I think it's actually like a made up trailer for Thunderbolts where it's actually made by some people who worked on A24 films, like the people who worked on popular A24 films. But I think some of the people who worked on this film kind of did work with A24 a little bit. Like, I think the director of this film, Thunderbolts, actually worked on that A24 Netflix show called Beef, which I don't really watch Beef, but maybe one of these days, if I were to get into TV shows more often, I guess I would, like, I'm not sure if I would check out Beef or not, but Beef, but yeah. But yeah, so I thought the director itself, like, I thought like this Jake director, I thought he did pretty. I thought the director did pretty good, like working on this film, and the music to this movie was actually composed by a band, which I thought was, like, pretty interesting a little bit, and yeah, and the runtime is like I felt like the runtime actually went by pretty quick, and I thought the pacing itself, I thought wasn't really too bad. I hardly felt a thing, and even though this movie's only 2 hours and 6 minutes, I hardly felt a thing. So, and of course, we all know the movie's rated PG-13, obviously, even though Deadpool and Wolverine was R-rated, but that's a different story. But all I can say is Thunderbolts was actually a surprisingly awesome movie, and it's not really as good as Avengers Endgame or Deadpool and Wolverine or Spider-Man No Way Home or Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Like, this movie is neither as good as those movies I just mentioned. But don't get me wrong, I still think this was an awesome movie, and of course my Uncle Charles and my best friend Anthony DePino, they both really enjoyed this movie. And of course, like, when it comes to the acting performances in an MCU movie, like but the acting performances are definitely the best part in MCU movies. Like, I gotta say, Florence Pugh actually did a great job in this film. I thought she did good, like Florence Pugh, and yeah, and of course the Geraldine actress from Driveway Dolls, she was pretty good. David Harbour, David Harbour as Red Guardian. I thought he was kind of funny in this film. Yeah, David Harbour, he was funny, and Wyatt Russell and Sebastian Stan. Oh yeah, and just like we saw in the trailer, Julie Louis-Dreyfus from the show Seinfeld was in this film too, and I thought she's always great to see, and yeah. Oh yeah, and Lewis Pullman's also in the film too, and he plays a character known as Bob in this film. Yeah, not to be confused with his other Bob character from Top Gun Maverick. Yeah, so that's actually two Bob characters that Lewis Pullman played in Thunderbolts and Top Gun Maverick. Yeah, Lewis Pullman was also in the 2018 film Bad Times at the El Royale. Yeah, that's cool. Oh yeah, and just like every MCU movie, there is both a mid-credits scene and an after-credits scene. But I'm not going to spoil the post-credits scenes, because to all MCU fans out there, I want you all to see this movie for yourself, and also stick around and stay tuned for the mid-credits scene and after-credits scene. Like, and don't worry, guys, I'm not going to spoil it. I won't spoil it. So overall, Thunderbolts was an awesome movie. I was very satisfied by it, pretty much, and I'm going to give Thunderbolts 4.5 out of 5 stars. I recommend checking it out. Even if this review is not really enough to convince you guys to go see it, then that's perfectly fine. Because if you're starting to lose interest in the MCU, considering the fact well, I already explained it. You guys get the point. So, but to true MCU fans out there, if you are interested in checking out this movie, then I recommend it. And there you have it, guys. That's going to be it for my movie review on Thunderbolts. And that's going to be it for this video. So make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And as always, thanks for watching. And until next time, this is Mr. A. Crizzy saying goodbye, everybody, and that's about it.